Sister Spouse's fans think Robyn earthy-colored acting stupid is debilitating. Sister Spouse's fans tire of Robyn earthy-colored acting imbecilic to get herself time. To such an extent that a few watchers are at the point they feel like her scenes are depleting to watch. Robyn earthy-colored defaults to disarray. In some cases it is hard to pinpoint why Sister Spouse's star, Robyn Brown, does what she does. In many occurrences, fans have gotten confirmation from before seasons that she is lying or had earlier information. Apparently, it is a redirection strategy to have the option to control people around her. In any case, a few fans view as her disarray act to be very exhausting. Fans think Robyn earthy-colored acting moronic is debilitating. On Reddit, Sister Spouse's fans examine one scene that made them insane. At the point when Kody Brown was clear with her about his expectations to quit attempting with Janelle Brown, Robyn couldn't grasp. Kody attempts to make sense of he isn't going through exactly the same thing they did with Meri Brown. Be that as it may, Robyn simply flutters her eyelashes and attempts an alternate point to persuade him to continue on. However, one Redditor makes sense of Robyn professing not to comprehend is exhausting. Someone else adds, she's debilitating and exceptionally dull. In a real sense doesn't have anything to say. In glancing back at previous clasps, she was vivified and chatty. Presently she simply whimpers, counterfeit cries, and rehashes the standard, worn-out mantra, how the family was joined when she previously came in and presently it's totally self-destructed. Perhaps eventually, she'll see the connection between those two occasions, however I don't think so. Another fan makes sense of she has a ton going on, she is attempting to fabricate her I'm befuddled storyline, while proceeding with her casualty storyline. Also, every watcher is prepared to send off into the television to smack her into reality. Kody signified, perhaps. At the point when the first banner further examines the matter, they can't completely accept that Robyn Brown didn't take no for a response. They transfer how Kody earthy-colored explains that he and Janelle don't mind any longer, yet, she endures. Albeit many individuals concur that Robyn's activities were depleting, others had a hypothesis it was a weep for Kody to give her some space. I consider it to be her frantic request to have him invest half of his energy elsewhere. Be that as it may, another person thinks it is basically a skirmish of the wills. The explanation she continues to push is on the grounds that each collaboration among her and Kody is a conflict of wearing down. She resembles the baby requesting the treat. Assuming she asks long sufficient, he will give her something. A hotly debated issue among Sister Spouse's fans, starting discussions about whether she worried about an unreasonable monetary concern inside the plural marriage. Meri's monetary freedom. From the beginning of Sister Spouses, Meri has been depicted as a free and creative person. As the main spouse in the polygamous earthy-colored family, she stood firm on a special situation, frequently adjusting the intricacies of plural marriage with her own yearnings. Regardless of having just a single kid, Mariah, presently Leon, Meri reliably attempted to get pay. Her pioneering soul drove her to a few endeavors, including her popular overnight boarding house, Lizzie's Legacy Hotel, and her job in a notable staggered showcasing, MLM organization. Fans have estimated that these endeavors, joined with her work during the family's prior years, could have situated her as one of the family's top workers. Covering family costs. While the earthy-colored family professed to pool their funds to help their aggregate way of life, a few fans except Meri contributed lopsidedly. Pundits call attention to that. Meri's steady pay. As one of the principal spouses to get a consistent pay, Meri probably assumed an essential part in covering family costs, especially in the family's initial years when funds were tight. Kody's concentrates somewhere else, with Kody frequently focusing on Robyn's family. Many fans keep thinking about whether Meri was passed on to bear more monetary obligation than was fair. Restricted utilization of assets. Regardless of her commitments, Meri seemed to get less consequently. Fans saw that her house was in many cases more modest and less vital to the relational peculiarity than others, bringing up issues about value inside the marriage. Lizzie's Legacy Hotel Show. One of the most antagonistic issues encompassing Meri's monetary job focuses on her quaint little inn, Lizzie's Legacy Motel. At the point when Mary bought the property, she looked for monetary help from Kody and the remainder of the family. Be that as it may, they declined to contribute, guaranteeing it was anything but a common need. Notwithstanding their absence of help, Mary pushed ahead, effectively transforming the motel into a flourishing business. Fans have since guessed that Kody and Robyn could have lamented their choice, particularly as Mary's business developed while the family's aggregate endeavors battled. Mary's MLM achievement. Mary's contribution in a MLM organization likewise created critical pay. Many accept her outcome in this adventure supported the family during times of monetary difficulty. In any case, fans saw a theme. While Mary endeavored to contribute monetarily, Kody and a portion of different spouses appeared to depend on her profit without responding her amount of input. This irregularity, combined with Kody's moving needs, logical added to the developing pressure among Mary and the remainder of the family. Mary's rejection from monetary choices. Another perspective-energizing hypothesis is the way Kody and Robyn seemed to overwhelm monetary direction, frequently sidelining Mary. For instance, Coyote Pass land buy. Fans addressed why Mary was supposed to contribute similarly to the acquisition of the Coyote Pass property, in spite of being treated as an outcast inside the relational peculiarity. Robyn's ways of managing money. Robyn's apparent dependence on family reserves, like her enormous home and costly way of life, persuaded many fans to think Mary's profit were overall unjustifiably redirected to help Robyn's family. Fan responses. Watchers of sister spouses have taken to virtual entertainment to share their considerations on Mary's monetary job. Mary endeavored to get cash, yet she was dealt with like a stash. It's no big surprise she's venturing back. Kody and Robyn appear to fail to remember every one of the years Mary kept the family above water. She merits more recognition. Mary's B&B is her approach to recovering autonomy. She doesn't owe Kody or most of them anything. Mary's independence from the rat race today. Since her split from Kody, Mary has zeroed in on her own endeavors, constructing a daily existence separate from the earthy-colored family. With many Lizzie's legacy monetary freedom as a wellspring of strengthening, and she stays dynamic in her MLM business. While it's difficult to affirm the specific monetary elements inside the earthy-colored family, obviously Mary contributed fundamentally throughout the long term. Whether she was unjustifiably troubled or essentially decided to take on a bigger job, her persistent effort and strength have made her a champion figure in the sister spouse's story. As one fan appropriately put it, Mary was consistently the foundation of the family, in any event, when they didn't see the value in her. Presently, she's at last allowed to zero in on herself, and she's flourishing. Maddie Brown reflects, dispatches new venture after web recording. Sister Spouse's star Maddie earthy-colored brush stunned her fans when she headed out in different directions from her webcast. The show had scarcely begun when Maddie chose to step away. Nonetheless, she's not done making new happy for fans to appreciate. While she plans to invite the introduction of her fourth kid, Maddie has picked another road to investigate. Maddie earthy-colored updates fans about the following part in her life. Half a month prior, Maddie earthy-colored brush concluded that co-hosting the Real Society digital broadcast presently not served her. She told fans on Instagram, disheartening quite a large number. In any case, luckily, the tender loving care star actually has a lot to say. She simply picked another organization to talk her mind. Over the beyond couple of months, I've understood something significant. I feel most myself when I have the space to reflect and share at my own speed. While I wanted podcasting, choosing to make a stride back and spotlight on what feels most genuine to me composing, finds carried harmony to my generally jumbled cerebrum, Maddie imparted to her Instagram devotees. Here, in the calm of words, I can share my excursion, parenthood, marriage, breaking cycles, and the chaotic magnificence of life, such that feels legitimate and recuperating, she proceeded. I would like to make a space where we can associate, reflect, and feel somewhat less alone. Much thanks to you for being here with me. According to the connection in her Instagram bio, the new blog will be up at madisonbrush.com. Sister Spouse's fans respond to the intriguing update. Relatively few anticipated that Maddie earthy-colored brush should send off a blog so soon after leaving her digital recording. Be that as it may, one way or the other, fans felt eager to see where this venture would lead. How energizing, sister. Aspen earthy-colored Thompson wrote in the remarks. A few other of Maddie's Instagram fans left uplifting words for the prospective mother of 4, including, "Much thanks to you for proceeding to impart your lives to us. I'm thankful you're keeping up with your own limits and emotional wellness as well as the security intellectually and actually of your kids. Much thanks to you for offering to us, and I desire to peruse your story when and how you're prepared to impart it to us. Can hardly hold on to understand it. I see totally. I don't do well with talking at the time, however, composing everything out is really remedial. We as a whole have our strategies." Mary Brown's lone kid, Leon, previously Mariah, has frequently been a subject of discussion among devotees of sister spouses. A few watchers conjecture that Leon got special treatment growing up, particularly as the sole kid in Mary's family, contrasted with their kin from different spouses. Be that as it may, was Leon really ruined, or was their childhood basically unique? Being the lone youngster in a polygamous family, Leon's remarkable situation as Mary's just natural kid put them aside in the earthy-colored family. Not at all like their kin, who frequently shared assets, consideration, and space with different family, Leon enjoyed the benefit of a one-on-one relationship with their mom. Mary has transparently communicated her profound association with Leon, frequently noticing how she emptied her energy into raising them. This dynamic normally varied from different spouses, who split their consideration between various youngsters. Did Leon get more material advantages? A few fans contend that Leon could have been really ruined because of the accompanying variables. Selective consideration. Without any kin in Mary's family, Leon probably had less interruptions when it came to parental concentration. This could convert into additional amazing open doors, whether through extracurricular exercises, excursions, or individual time with Mary. Training open doors. Leon went to Westminster School, a confidential foundation in Utah. While a considerable lot of their kin sought after advanced education, fans hypothesize that the expense of Leon's educational cost could have been higher, given the school's renown. Close to home concentration, Mary's deep craving to sustain Leon could have prompted a climate where their needs were focused on, causing it to seem like they were more reveled contrasted with their kin. Kin insights and connections. Leon's relationship with their kin hasn't generally showed up as consistent as fans could anticipate. A few watchers accept this could come from contrasts in childhood. Bigger families. Experiencing childhood in a family with numerous kin cultivates a feeling of sharing and split the difference. Leon, as a lone youngster in their family, might not have fostered similar abilities to really explore kin elements as. Different nurturing styles. Mary's way to deal with nurturing Leon, depicted as active and extreme, remained rather than the more loose or common styles of different spouses. This differentiation could have added to sensations of disparity among the kin. Were Leon's honors confounded? While certain fans view Leon as ruined, others contend that their childhood was essentially intelligent of their exceptional conditions. Factors that challenge the idea of Leon being ruined include tension. As a lone youngster, Leon might have confronted better standards from Mary, being her only kid. This strain to succeed could counter the impression of being ruined. Shared monetary pool. Family funds were allegedly pooled during quite a bit of Leon's childhood, meaning Mary might not have had elite assets to indulge Leon. Free accomplishments. Leon has reliably exhibited autonomy, from coming out openly on the show to seeking after their own vocation and individual objectives. These activities recommend a degree of development that probably won't line up with the generalization of being ruined. Fan responses to Leon's way of behaving. Leon's disposition on sister spouses has started blended responses among fans. While certain watchers value their certainty and backing, others have censured their activities as entitled. Snapshots of certainty confused as haughtiness. In past episodes, Leon's genuine comments about their perspectives or inclinations in some cases seem to be conceited, igniting backfire. Steady of progress. Many fans have observed Leon's boldness in supporting for their convictions and embracing their character, seeing these as indications of self-awareness as opposed to privilege. How Mary's nurturing style contributed. Mary has conceded to being a defensive and mindful parent. Her cozy relationship with Leon probably comes from her longing to compensate for the difficulties she looked as a first spouse in a polygamous family, frequently feeling secluded or overlooked. Notwithstanding, her serious spotlight on Leon could have accidentally made a lopsidedness, where Leon was protected from specific difficulties their kin experienced. Leon's life today. Presently living autonomously, Leon has generally moved back from the public eye. They are locked into Audrey Chris and appear to be centered around their own life and activism. Fans have noticed such Leon's reality decisions mirror an equilibrium between honor and obligation, recommending they weren't completely ruined, however rather raised with special open doors. And, ruined or just unique? Eventually, whether Leon was ruined or just had an alternate childhood relies upon point of view. As the lone youngster in a family with a committed parent, they without a doubt had encounters that put them aside from their kin. Notwithstanding, this doesn't be guaranteed to compare to being ruined. Mary's emphasis on Leon might have been an impression of affection and situation instead of overindulgence. As one fan briefly put it, Leon's childhood wasn't better or more terrible, it was simply unique. They had their own difficulties, very much like different children.